Hi Isabella, how are you?
Hi, Juan Manuel. I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Very good, thank you. Well, the reason that I called you today is because I'm doing my PBL for my English class. They requested me to do this interview. So what this is all about is about you. You have to give me advice that you would give yourself to your 16-year-old self. And so it's for my project that I have to use that advice. And so yeah, that's basically it. So can you tell me like what advice would you give someone my age or something you would have done differently at your when you were 16?
Oh yeah, so I think like the greatest advice I would give my 16-year-old self would be to be a good student, to care about my grades, but also to have fun, not to forget to live and not be just concentrated in schoolwork all the time.
All right, and like, do you have like any particular experience? Like, why do you say you need to have good grades? Like, what was your experience? How was school for you when you were 16?
Okay, so the thing is, I was in another school when I was younger. I was in the German school, but then I changed schools and I went to Colegio Menor for my last 4 years. And it was an amazing change for me. I loved it. It was like one of the best decisions I've ever done in my life. But I got a little lost when I changed schools because I was so happy of the environment I was in Colegio Menor, of all the new things I was learning, of all the new people I was meeting, that I forgot about the schoolwork and the grades and everything that was gonna be important at some point. So when I got to senior year and I got to apply to colleges and think about universities, my grades were not very good. So my options were not a lot. I mean, I could have applied to any school I wanted to, but it was too expensive for me to go there because my grades were not good. So when I applied to college, I got into every school I wanted, and that was a super great feeling because of my grades. I thought I was not gonna get into school, so I got into school, but then my parents couldn't afford it because it was so expensive, and I didn't have the grades to ask for a scholarship. So then I had to make another decision. I had to do something else, and that took a big toll on me afterwards because I didn't go to school I wanted to. And I'm not saying that I'm not happy right now, that I don't love what I'm doing right now. But I'm pretty sure that if I go back to that moment, I would have changed that, and I would be a lot more concentrated and a lot more focused on doing the things that would get me to where I wanted to.
And so, how do you think you can maintain a balance between your social and your school life? Because it's like as a teen, it's really hard, as you said, not focusing on school enough. So, how do you maintain the balance between those two things?
Yeah, totally. I think like not any extreme is good in your life because it just never is. Balance is important. But I think you just have to learn to prioritize what's important in your life. So if you know grades are important and if you know where you want to go, or you have kind of not a straight up plan, because if you're 16 you don't already know exactly what you're going to do, but if you kind of have a plan or a mindset, or like kind of at least an idea of what you want to do, follow the steps that are gonna take you there. So go out, party, have fun with your friends, because that's important, because if you don't do it, you're gonna go crazy. I mean, that's super important. But as you do that, remember to also do the other stuff. And I think a good way to do that is, as I said, to have a plan, and also to like, okay, tomorrow I have a big exam. It's fine if I don't go to this party because I'm gonna have 100 other parties, you know?
Yes.
Like, just to prioritize, and you're gonna be fine. You're not missing out on anything if you miss one party, one lunch, or you don't study for one test. It's fine. But just have a good balance.
And like, even though you said you would have liked to focus more in school, like did at the end like everything turn up okay, like in your life, like with the choices you made, even though you would have made them differently. Nowadays you cannot go back and make them differently. Do you turn out to be like, is everything all right?
Yeah, right now I'm super happy. I love what I'm studying right now. At the end, I love living here in Ecuador. I mean, I didn't go to college in the States or in Europe or anywhere, but I love it here. But I think my learning experience would have been a lot different if I went somewhere else, if I didn't stay home, because either you want or not, when you stay home, you have a lot of commodities. You have food on your table every day without you having to make it.
Yes.
It's a lot more easier. So I think I would have grown in many other areas as a person if I went outside. But still, I'm super fine. I'm pretty sure I grew and I'm still growing a lot of other parts of myself while being here. But also the other thing that like makes me think about staying here is I feel like I feel like I didn't make my parents proud when I graduated from school because of not having the grades for going outside. I mean, right now I have really good grades and I know they're super proud of me, but when I think of that moment, I feel like they were kind of disappointed on me. So that's the only thing that I can say I regret, but then right now I'm super fine.
Well, thank you so much, Isabella, for taking the time and telling the story to us and giving us the advice so we can implement it in our lives. And it was great having you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.